I want to add on with you, like, but the whole Crip Jesus thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a 5%, like, it's like really like a conflict of interest in terms of like, the gang world and this world. But I know that you see, you study, and you use that as a tool to reach your people or people that you grew up with. But what was that? What is well, how do you see it? You know what I'm saying? The whole
I'm glad you worded it that way.
And your righteous name is not
King El Allah, yeah.
King El.
But when I came with that name, it's because I seen it as, I feel like when you look at power degree, right? In the 1 through 14, it says, why did we take Jerusalem for the devil? How long ago? Because one of our righteous brothers who was a prophet by the name of Jesus was buried there. He used his name to shield his dirty religion, which is called Christianity. Jesus' teaching was not Christianity; it was freedom. Also to deceive the people so they would believe in him. That's a big part. Also to deceive the people so they would believe in him. And I like that part because it shows you that there was a knowledge of Islam having no beginning, no ending. This being a prophet of that, and them using that to twist and get in. It wasn't like the people were just ignorant. They said, "You ever heard of Jesus? No, we're gonna show you something." Like, people knew about Isa, you feel what I'm saying? And they ran with it. You know what I mean? How they flipped the picture and so on and so forth. Same thing when it shows you that Columbus is a half original and so on and so forth, right? And also to see people say believe in him. Jesus' teaching was not Christianity, it was freedom, justice, equality. Then it says Jerusalem is in Palestine, Asia Minor. That's big, what we're saying, because you see today that's called Israel. You feel what I'm saying? As a 64, 70 something. Now that's called Israel. So that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how the lessons keep going. Because you look at power degree, it says Jerusalem is in Palestine, Asia Minor. Today they're going to tell you Jerusalem is in Israel. See? So lessons is going to awaken you. And then it calls it Palestine, Asia Minor. They don't even call that area Asia Minor no more. They've flipped the whole map on you so far, right? We're not even barely halfway through the degree. You feel what I'm saying? Jerusalem was named given by the Jews, which means founded in peace. You feel what I'm saying? It was first built by an original man called Jebus, also Salem area. Now that blew me away because when I first used to just memorize degrees, I didn't go look up the Jebusites and find out Melchizedek was the ruler of Salem, which is before it's called Jerusalem, and
besides the Canaanites and all of them.
Yeah, and then you have Melchizedek being Greek. His name is Malik Sadiq. I mean, this stuff this all from power degree though. Just not even power degree. Just that one little part I'm talking about with the Jebus Salem area. Then it says about 750 years ago, right? And I do the math on that coming from the date of the lessons, 1934 or 1933, because we deal with lost found Muslim knowledge. You go back to what would be 1183. You feel what I'm saying? And you get the Holy Crusades. Now, back to what you're saying about the name and how I see it. I see it as, like I said, they take the stories and they run with them. Jesus, that's just in this translation how we saying it. How it says a power degree, they take his story and they use it to shield their dirty religion. His teaching was freedom, justice, equality. So, in the reality, if you step outside of what the preacher's saying, because that's what we're dealing with today, the hippie with the sandals, this is why people get appalled. What? I tell the guys, like, oh no, he's in lessons. The person we're talking about, right? He was against religion. You feel what I'm saying? He says, you are gods. I'm the son of God. We do this, such, other. He's not dealing with the Samaritans, or they say the story of the Samaritans, the Levites. You feel what I'm saying? He's not dealing with any of these crews or groups. You know what I mean? And he's coming out saying, hey, we the guys. Now, they took that and twisted, don't get it wrong. So it's about bearing witness and showing forth that these people who they putting these titles on and glamorizing are original man, just like us, the original Asiatic black man, who we have the power within us. Once you know that once you can show and prove that you're the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe, then you too, you feel what I'm saying, on the same level as Isa, Jesus, whatever you want to call him, you know, the brother of power degree, 1 through 14, you know what I'm saying, who was with the war over that city, you feel what I'm saying, behind it. Same thing you see with the different Buddhas, or you feel what I'm saying, the imams. Because they'll tell you Muhammad, but really you got Uthman, you got these people that came right after that was caliphs. You understand what I'm saying? That so you have these leaders, these universal leaders. This is not, what's crazy is what we're talking about. When you look at, let's say, ancient Egypt, right? When you look later, if you get, I don't want to get too spazzy, but if you just look later, like he was saying, we deal with now. They got so caught up in getting magical that they started coming with all type of gods. Right? And they weren't even far off from what they were saying. They just were separating everything. So I like Allah of the sun. I'm Allah. We're the Allah sun gods. You feel what I'm saying? You're the water god. But they're going as far as sacrificing people and all that. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to glamorize that stuff. But when you look further back, which a lot of people don't, like you said, 30 dynasties. When you look further back, and you even look at their names, simple. Ka Aman. But they always talking about the Amen. The one before Ra and so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just, then there's always a king leader who's Amen in the flesh. You feel what I'm saying? So they weren't coming from this whole spazzy mystery guy. They would come from arm, leg, arm, head. Yeah. Whatever you do to him, you did to us. Right. That's where the whole king shit mentality and movement structure came from. It was from this movement of the original Islam, mathematics. I mean, dates and the times and one leader, one head. That's all been watered down with different names.
And mixed remix.
But I say all that to say is Crip Jesus is like, okay, I'm Crip Jesus, we're gonna drink the most 40 ounces and smoke the most people. The God of Crip, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want to see. You know what I mean? That's what they hear, they go, oh yeah, but they see 5%. I'm God, Asiatic. Oh hell no! Hang this nigga from a cross. Kill him. Not the white man. What happened to Jesus? People don't admit this. The white man said, "I'm scared to kill this dude. We're going to do it because we have to." His people wanted to kill him. Remember, they said, "No. We don't teach that over here." You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like this is what your grandma and them gonna say. What you mean you don't eat no pork? And what's crazy is, like I said about the guys teaching so much though, we're getting to a point now though where you see that. The guys can contest, there used to be hard to go find some vegan restaurants and stuff like that. This is all the work. You know what I mean? Dr. CB being mentioned by Nipsey. It's the same guys that taught me. That had him on there when he just never got 120 and fully, you know what I mean? So he's got caught in that devilishment. You know what I mean? But it's to show and prove that if you actually read the story, what you're going to experience, what he experienced was 5%. He became part of that small percent that's rejected, the rejected stone. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen to you. You know what I mean? But like the guy said, you only worry about that if you're doing it for praise. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because even if you look on the internet and say, oh, you having a good time, like, nah, they reject, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, that's the reality, you know what I mean? You even got people who are like you, and like, oh, I like your qualities, your character. Or you come in the name of Allah. Yeah, ain't about the belief. Because we don't deal with belief. We showing and proving. I don't care.
How you think? That's like
If Mecca did this.